With an everlasting love. Therefore, with loving kindness have I drawn thee. This is love, not that we love God, but that he loved us. The purpose of this enactment today, in my place, is to take us right up to the cross and experience the crucifixion as if we ourselves had driven one of the nails into his very body. He sent his Son as a sacrifice for our sins. He bore all the sins of mankind, including yours and mine. And one shall say unto him, What are these wounds in thine hands? Then he shall answer, Those with which I was wounded in the house of my friends.
My name is Judith. As soon as they commended him this morning, I recognized my guilt in the Lord's death. I was weak and greedy and handed him over to the chief priests for 30 pieces of silver. Almost immediately I was ashamed and attempted to return the money. I told them I have sinned in that I have betrayed the innocent blood. They said, "What is that to us? See thou to that." In my heart, I knew they were right. I tossed the money at them and left. What I did was an act of treason. I might as well have driven the first nail into his hands.
When they came to the place called Golgotha, they crucified him along with two criminals. Jesus said, "And I, if I be lifted up from the earth, will draw all men unto me."
My name is Peter. Last night when Jesus was arrested, we all deserted him. He had told us earlier, "All you shall be offended because of me this night, for it is written, I will smite the shepherd, and the sheep shall be scattered." In an attempt to prove my love, I declared that even if the others did so, I would never leave him. Jesus looked into my eyes and said, "Verily, verily, I say unto thee, that this day, even this night, for the cock crow twice, thou shalt deny me thrice." I insisted that I would die alongside him for this one again, but then, after the arrest, I was terrified of what might happen. Perhaps they would come after all of us. So when I was reading this disciple, I denied it thrice. I even denied knowing Jesus. I'm as guilty as I nailed him to the cross.
One of the criminals on the cross beside Jesus began to hurl insults at him and saying, "Aren't you the Christ? Save yourself and us." But the other criminal said to him, "Dost not thou fear God, seeing thou art in the same condemnation? And we indeed justly, for we receive the due reward of our deeds. But this man hath done nothing amiss."
I am a thief, one of two criminals crucified beside Jesus. I know I am guilty. I deserve to pay for my sins. But this man who hung beside me is innocent. He did nothing to deserve such a death, and yet I hear him say, "Father, forgive me, for they know not what they do." What man would ask for forgiveness to those who nailed him to a cross? He must be the very Son of God. So I said to Jesus, "Lord, remember me when I comest into thy kingdom. He looked at me with love and compassion and said, "Verily I say unto thee, today thou shalt be with me in paradise." Who offers that kind of undeserving love?
Then Jesus, when he had cried again with a loud voice, yielded up the ghost, and behold, the veil of the temple was rent in twain from the top to the bottom, and the earth did quake, and the rocks went, and the graves were opened, and many bodies of the saints which slept arose.
I am a Roman centurion, one of those responsible for guarding Jesus. I watched him as he suffered today, how he seemed to love those who put him to death, not like the others I've seen crucified. Even the guilty ones curse the crowd and insist that they don't deserve punishment. When we felt the earthquake and saw the dead raised to life, we were all frightened. Most of the crowd left immediately, but I found myself believing that surely this Jesus was the Son of God. I feel as though we all put an innocent man to death today.
Oh
They shall look upon me whom they have pierced, and they shall mourn for him, as one mourneth for his only son, and shall be in bitterness for him, as one that is in bitterness for his firstborn.
I am one of the people who line the streets earlier in the week, waving palms and shouting Hosanna, calling this man blessed. But I stood before Pilate this morning, demanding with the rest of him that he be sentenced to death. I can't believe that in a few short days we turned from praising him to condemning him. He looked directly at me with forgiveness. Looked directly at me before he died with forgiveness on his face. I couldn't bear to meet his eyes, to see the agony, to see what I had done, what we all have done. What agony I felt as I watched my son's brutally beaten body nailed to the cross. A part of me wanted to run away, but yet I could not. I was his mother and would be there until all was finished. As I stood there, I remembered many things. I remembered an angel saying, "His name shall be called Jesus, and he shall save his people from their sins." There in front of me on a cross of shame hung my son, my sweet lamb enduring the most cruel death to forgive us all from our sins.
As I heard the Savior cry, "It was finished," I thought it was the end of all hope. I watched as his lifeless body was carried away and laid in the tomb. But it was not the end. I returned to the tomb on the third day, only to find the stone rolled away from the entrance of the tomb. Jesus' body was gone. He had risen just as he promised, to save the world from their sins.
The cross of Christ was no accident, and Jesus was not a helpless victim. Jesus said, "I lay down my life that I might take it again. No man taketh it from me, but I lay it down of myself. I have power to lay it down, and I have power to take it again."
Because of the cross, God's demand for justice is satisfied. The broken are healed, sin is silenced, and mercy triumphs. Christ the Lord died on the cross, but on the third day he arose, and because of that our world was forever changed.
We have gathered together here today to celebrate the glorious day of our Savior's resurrection, the day he conquered the grave and raised us to stand with him before the throne of glory. This is the Easter story, the real story that changed lives forever by the mercy of the cross and the victory of an empty tomb.
A